What's going on, y'all? It's Jacob, and we're going to talk about, in conclusion, the final thoughts on the G25-660. So I guess with any build, kind of the most important part is going to be the turbo you choose. It's going to determine your power level and your power band and your lag and blah 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 blah, all that good stuff. Unfortunately, I haven't tried out every single turbo that you can put on this platform. I'm kind of biased, but I really do absolutely love this turbo, and we're going to hop in the car and take a drive. It's kind of starting to get a little dark, but check this out. Check this view out. We got security cameras in use. I got my finger over there. Yeah, like that. There ain't no security cameras out here. We out in the middle of the jungle. But if you haven't seen any of the previous videos, you can go back, catch up. One video in particular, how to make 600 horsepower in your Focus ST. That kind of breaks down the build. But if you're just joining us on the channel, it's a built long block, stage 3 cams, 80 pound valve springs, G25-660, 0.92 air, what does that stand for? AR something ratio, the ratio of the exhaust side of the turbo. The bigger the number, the more you're gonna flow, the more lag you're gonna have, basically. So go catch up on those videos if you haven't watched them yet. But this video is just gonna basically be me just, you know, reviewing the turbo. I'm gonna put the camera on the dash there, and I'll do like a 2500 RPM, just throttle stomp, and show you the lag that this turbo has. It's not much at all. It's crazy how quick this turbo lights up. And then we'll do like a 4000 RPM stomp. But to clear the air, real quick before we get on this drive, to clear the air, how to make 600 horsepower in your Focus ST. I'm sorry, but this turbo is not going to make 600 wheel. Going into the build, I was hoping for 570, 580 wheel. Been talking with Alex. It's looking like 34, 35 pounds maybe. If we can get the turbo happy, we'll probably be around 550, maybe 560 wheel. And I told Alex, I don't want to push this to its absolute max. I want to get it into a safe, comfortable spot where everything's happy. And, you know, maybe when we get our final numbers on the dyno, maybe you can get an extra 10 or 20 or 75 shot of nitrous, which we might do if I become a drag strip addict and I'm maybe trying to get this thing into the 10s or the 9s or something. We could probably throw a 75 or 100 shot at this motor. But we're just trying to get this thing tuned right now. But let's go for a drive. We'll talk about it, and I'll throw a few pulls up on the gauge cluster there, so you can kind of see exactly how laggy this turbo is, and decide for yourself, hey, does this make sense for me, or is it a little too much? You want to go with like the 25-660 or a completely different brand. But it seems like Garrett's kind of got the Focus ST on lock with the ATP kit, and a lot of guys just go with this turbo because it's a great turbo. You know, you get the ball bearing, it's a quick spooling turbo, and with the new G series, you're making really good power with not a lot of sacrifice spool wise. So let's go. Alright, we on the road, brother. So, let's see. It's starting to get a little dark, so hopefully we'll make this happen without it getting too dark. just bumped her up to E50 because we were getting a little bit of knock around 30 pounds. We're estimating 520, 530 will. It's depending on the temperature, it's like 30, 31 pounds right now. So that's what these accelerations will be on whenever I'm kind of just showing you the turbo lag. But how do you talk about a turbo? Okay, it sounds awesome. It sounds amazing. It's very like whistly. I don't know if you can hear that through the camera, but it's very audible in and outside the car. Cold starts sound like a freaking jet's taking off. But I think the main thing for me is I came from a 2867R, which spooled very quick for being an upgraded turbo, and you're gonna make 420-ish wheel out of that turbo, and it runs out of air. It's looking like we'll be able to make, who the heck is calling? It's looking like we're gonna be able to make like 550, 560 wheel comfortably with this turbo, and as we'll see here in a minute, the spool's not much slower than the 2867R, which just blows my mind, because literally like a year or two, and the technology and the engineering behind Garrett's new lineup has come so far, and the results really show. So that's where I'm headed, to go get some more E85 and bump it up to E50. And do a couple pulls or something. But I hope y'all are doing well. I think I said in the last video, which was a very boring long video, I apologize for that, but thank you all so much for the support and for the oh my freaking thanks all for the support and the encouragement. And I'm still getting used to this whole videoing myself YouTube thing. It's kind of awkward, to be honest with you. And I had a close friend watch a few of my videos, and he was like, hey man, just be yourself. Try to be yourself, be comfortable. Like it's hard to not be yourself when you're by yourself and you're on camera. So that I'm trying to get more comfortable with it. And as time progresses, you'll see me slowly progress from being a complete loser to like hopefully being able to communicate the English language, what I'm trying to say. But I'm gonna do a little, I'm gonna do a little pull right here, because I just wanna, I'm still trying to figure out the sound thing, like where you can hear sounds in this car, where you can't. So I'll crack the window a little bit and see if y'all can hear some of this goodness. I am supposed to be on E50, so I'm not gonna romp it out. This thing's so fun, man. Like, that was the goal with this build, is I didn't want 650 wheel horsepower with a big old turbo. I wanted to keep that fun, like, pep and just hilarious nature of the ST. I wanted to keep some power down low. I wanted to be able to go to the mountains and enjoy the car. I wanted to be able to go to a track and enjoy the car. And it's noticeable. Last time I went to North Georgia mountains, it was 26, 27 pounds earlier on in the tuning process. And you definitely have to predict your new power band coming out of the corners, and you can't just floor it in the middle of a turn and that turbo kicks in and then you're spinning over that way or spinning over that way. Like you have to get used to it, but it's not so laggy that you can't just completely enjoy it. You're gonna, if you're up higher in the RPMs, you're going to light that turbo right up, and it's gonna do what you want it to do. But 10 out of 10 for this turbo. I actually had a buddy call me today, and we were talking about his build, and he's trying to do a similar one. I was like, just get this turbo. Like, I don't think anyone really needs 600 to 700 wheel in a Focus ST unless you just really are going all out straight line with it. With the 245 Toyo R888Rs on the front of this car, with a stockish look, it's, I think, mid 500s is gonna be that sweet spot where you're going to still be able to hook in third and partially hook in second, give or take, depending on how warm it is. But it just seems like a really good sweet spot for a built car, and I'm excited to drive it and enjoy it and get this tune finalized and just see what we're working with. But it is getting a little darker. I hope you can see me. We'll be at the gas station here in a minute, fill up with E50, and then I'll get those gauge cluster pulls. 2500, stomping the thing to the floor, and then 4000, stomping it. And I think you'll be impressed like I was. I'm not gonna be brake boosting. I'm not gonna be easing into it and spooling the turbo up. I'm just gonna be stomping it from cruising throttle, 15-20%, whatever that may be. And yo, all right, we made it. So this is where having an ethanol content gauge really comes in handy. So I'm at E40, right? I got to get to E50. I got like 6/8 of a tank or something like that. I don't know. Maybe a calculator could help me. I doubt it, but we're gonna throw a gallon in there and see where that gets us. You only have to drive like a few miles for it to mix up and to get an accurate reading. If you're wondering, if you don't have an ethanol content gauge, you only gotta drive it a few miles, probably 3 or 4 miles, and you should be good. I used to drive it like 15-20 minutes before I would do a pull. Nah. Well, where's it at? 1 gallon only got me to E43.3, so shows how good my calculations are. But I would have blown this motor up if I didn't have that content gauge, I'm telling you. Alright, let's go right under 3,000 RPM to the flow in 3, 2, 1. Spin a little bit. Alright, to the floor in 3, 2, 1. Spinning that time as well, but you get the idea. This turbo, it lights up quick. Hey y'all, so I'm sitting here putting this video together and realized I didn't film an outro, so here it is. Hopefully this helped give you an idea of the Garrett G series, and in our case scenario, the G25-660, and I love the turbo. I highly recommend it. And I wanted to say, if anyone's running the G30-770, let me know. I would love to hear how those are doing on the Focus ST platform. I have heard a few things about the ATP kit with the 770, that it's restrictive, and you have to change the exhaust manifold with the bigger turbo. But I haven't heard of anyone getting 600 plus on the G30 770, but I'm sure that turbo is more than capable. But let me know if you have any questions or comments. And as you probably know, I'm not making any money off of this. I've just enjoyed the experience and the process and getting to meet some of you. So by all means, let me know if you have any suggestions for the channel. I mean, for future builds, or just if you want to see anything else on the ST. I mean, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse. Why is that a cliche? Anyways, I'm not trying to, beat it into the ground with the ST. So I would love to get some different projects going, get some different content for the channel, and that sort of thing. So just let me know ideas. I'm new to the YouTube thing. I'm new to everything. So I'm open for suggestions. But until next time, y'all take care. Peace.